Tesla says it's on track to deliver 500,000 more cars in 2025 versus 2024. So, I mean, the question is, how are they going to do it? What are those cars actually going to be? Hello, my friends. Great to have you with us. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. I want to say a big thank you to the support of our Patreons, helping the channel keep going. I'll put a link in the description to our Patreon page, and also YouTube members. If you want to join the channel as a member, that obviously helps support the channel. Tesla, they are going to deliver probably about the same number of electric cars worldwide this year versus what they delivered last year. Now, if you could say that and you were the Volkswagen Group, you'd be very happy, right? But Tesla are not the Volkswagen Group. Tesla have been a growth story when it comes to electric car deliveries until this year. That said, obviously, Tesla is still selling. I mean, this year they're still selling really just two models worldwide. The Model Y, the Model 3. Model Y, it's been talked about the new Model Y for the 12 months or more now. So there's a lot of people waiting for a new version of the Model Y. So I actually think Tesla's deliveries this year have been pretty remarkable considering the fact they only have two models. One is a sedan and one is a now getting old SUV. However, how are Tesla going to achieve these delivery figures for next year? They're saying they go from 1.85 million this year to around about 2.35 million next year, which would be good growth. I mean, not astronomical, but good growth. I do think, though, that this is very clear. It's very clear that Tesla is not focusing on this crazy goal that they had a long time ago of saying 20 million deliveries. A lot of YouTubers and a lot of analysts were saying, well, Tesla says they're going to hit 20 million deliveries. That's actually not true. Tesla never actually said they were going for 20 million deliveries. They said that was a stretch goal. So a stretch goal is very, very different, right? To actually saying to your investors, we will sell 20 million cars in year X. Tesla never actually said that. But unfortunately, there's a lot of online writers who like to make stories sound more sensational. So if you say that Tesla said 20 million and they don't get there, well, it's more of a sensational story. But Tesla's actual goal was 10 million that they publicly released to their investors. But obviously Tesla's a long way from selling 10 million EVs. And even I don't think that's ever going to happen. I believe that Tesla don't intend to sell 10 million EVs a year because why would you, right? The entire automotive industry profits from the automotive industry are the lowest they've been in literally many, many years. And the automotive industry is going to continue to shrink. So Tesla, instead of that, is doing what their only choice is, the smart thing to do. Let's move away from trying to manufacture 10, 20 million EVs per year to making artificial intelligence work. Robotaxis, right? Full self-driving, robotics, the artificial intelligence Tesla uses with their energy division. That's clearly their pivot, and that makes sense. That said, though, Tesla are saying next year they'll deliver around 2.35 million cars, or around 2.3 million. So growth will be pretty significant. They say that capacity production for the Model S and the X in California is 100,000 vehicles a year. There's no way they're going to sell 100,000 of those, though. Tesla Model 3 and Model Y is 550,000. In Shanghai, Tesla Model 3 and Model Y is 950,000. Actually, it's not. It's about 1 million potential capacity. Model Y in Berlin is 375,000. Model Y in Texas is 250,000. But apparently the Texas factory will be doubled in size. It's already the biggest car factory in the world, and they're going to double the size of it. That's what I'm just hearing within the last few days. Cybertruck production in Texas apparently is 125,000 capacity. Tesla Semi, Nevada, obviously, and there's other cheaper vehicles coming next year, which I believe are just newer versions of the Model Y and the Model 3, which will have smaller battery packs and less features as standard. Anyhow, this leaves us with the question, how is Tesla going to increase sales by 500,000? Well, for starters, they'll sell more Cybertrucks. So that'll help. Maybe they'll sell another 100,000 Cybertrucks, right? So now we've got 400 remaining. I believe Tesla wants to massively increase the Model Y production. They think the new version will sell better than the existing old version. That does make sense. I think Tesla could easily sell another 200,000 Model Ys next year with that, the big upgrades that the Model 3 got. Move all those upgrades from the Model 3 to the new Model Y, make the Model Y look better, which the new version is unquestionably going to be looking better, introduce a new cheaper base model version with a smaller battery pack and less standard features. And I think you can easily say Tesla could sell another 200,000 Model Ys, maybe even more than that. Model 3. I don't think Tesla's going to increase sales of the Model 3 next year. Not very likely. But they probably will increase sales of the Model 3 base model. They're obviously intending to bring in this new cheaper model built on the same production line. So maybe they can increase sales by 100,000 by building this new cheaper Model 3. That leaves us with 100,000 vehicles left to go. And this does make me think, maybe Tesla does have a new vehicle. I mean, maybe they do have an actual new model coming. Tesla hasn't really said there is a new model, haven't explicitly stated that there would be. They just say lower cost vehicles. So I don't actually know how Tesla's going to increase by that full 500,000. I think you can see here, there's a definite roadmap for Tesla increasing by 400,000, maybe even more than that potentially. But I don't really know how exactly they plan to do it, whether or not there is an actual new model. But seeing as Tesla right now is making pretty good profits on the sales of its electric cars, and it doesn't need to, it has $32 billion in cash. It can sell with, very, very small profits, maybe 3, 4, 5%. That would be okay. I suspect because of that, Tesla may continue to reduce prices of their entire lineup. If they do that, say they reduce prices by a further 5%, then they could probably sell quite a lot more cars, as they would then be selling their EVs at historic low prices, and they'd potentially be cheaper than internal combustion for some cars. Like, you think about it, the Tesla Model Y is already about $40,000 in the United States, about 36,000 in China. In Australia, it is approximately 56,000 Australian dollars, which is about 36,000 US dollars. Tesla's still making good profits, but really as a company, they don't actually need to. They could actually reduce those profits to just being much smaller. That would enable them to drive this sales growth. Does Tesla want to do that though? I don't know. One thing to keep in mind though, is there is a final trump card that may enable Tesla to actually significantly increase sales, lower prices, and still make the same profits. Battery packs, battery sales, right? The price of batteries worldwide has gone down significantly over the last 2 years, but many analysts believe that the price of batteries will fall a further 30% next year. Seeing as Tesla orders more batteries than any other car company in the world, BYD can't order them from themselves. They obviously, are deploying probably significantly more batteries than Tesla are, but they're making them for themselves. So it's a bit different. But seeing as Tesla is ordering more batteries than any other car company in the world and is still making, industry-leading profits on their electric cars, there is more room for Tesla to reduce the actual cost to manufacture their vehicles. That might enable Tesla to reduce prices across the entire lineup and drive more record demand, along with that new Model Y, which I think will be a big improvement. Now, am I missing something here? Let me know what you think it is in the comments. Thanks for watching.